Hi, hello.
Hola, hi.
You heard that Larry Gottlieb passed, right?
Yeah, God.
I went to see him on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Shit. I better not go to visit any more people that are
Oh,
really sick.
yeah, I know. I know you visited Sydney.
No, Sydney, I went to visit him 3
I
hours
know.
before he died.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you go visit Jimmy Carter?
Why, he's also,
He's sick. He's in hospital. He has cancer, but he's had it for like 20 years. The guy just won't die.
it's in hospital. He's in hospice.
Hospice for over a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a real loser.
yeah,
I'm so sorry to hear. I mean, it's such a nice guy, no?
yeah. No, we used to go out a lot to eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he
You-
tripped at the post office, right? Is that how it started? Just
No, he had, well, maybe, but it all started years ago. They found cancer in the lung and they took
oh,
part of the lung, but it came back again now.
oh, I didn't know that.
Remember, he had a very bad
Yeah, it was an accident on a
moped
scooter. Yeah,
scooter.
yeah,
And since then, he wasn't in Gansen, but he used to
yeah.
drive and he was the
Right.
worst driver in the world. God
Oh,
save his soul. Oh my God. He was a New York driver.
okay, I get it.
And, but this, he may have fallen, yes, and he had some surgery
Oh,
in his back or something.
yeah.
But then they told him that the cancer had reappeared.
Oh gosh. Was he 90 yet? Did he reach 90?
No,
No.
no. But he must have been very near.
Yeah. Such a
Yeah, I
nice.
think he must have been 86, 87.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't look good on Sunday when I
Oh,
spoke with him, and his voice was very
a week.
weak, and he said, "I am so tired, Mario. I'm tired the whole day tired." And he was like this then.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
what can you do? That's how it goes.
yeah. Why isn't it not recording? Oh, it is recording. Okay.
We're on 108. Kuf Ches Aviv Beis Mishnah. Heichan Pigdoini. Somebody deposits something with somebody to watch, and he comes and gets it. He comes to get it back. Amarlo, the Shomer says Avad. It got lost. So the Mafkid says Mashbiacha Ani. Take an oath. The Amar Amen. And the Shomer says fine. The Ha'edim Eid no so shachlo. But then Edim come to say he had it all along. Mishalem Karen. He pays the value of the item. Hoidem Atzmo. If he confessed after he took the shvua that he was lying, Mishalem Karen Choimesh Ba'asham. He pays.
Ernie, didn't we learn this already? It's coming again and again.
What was that?
This looks like a deja vu. This statement about if he swears,
Yeah, well,
so-
we had quoted this Mishnah in a previous Gemara.
I see. I'm sorry.
So if he admits, he pays the principal, add a fifth, and he brings a korban. Now, another case would be, which we've also had, Heichan Pigdoini. The mafkid comes to the shomer and says, "Where's my object?" Amr lo nignav. He says it was stolen. And then the mafkid says, "Mashbiach ani, take an oath." V'amar amen. V'ha'edim eid no so, shagonvo. And Edim come to say he was the one who stole it. He had it all along. Mishalim tashlumi kefa. That's, the Torah says, such a shomer is like a ganav, he pays kefa. Hoydema atzmo, but if he confesses, and he doesn't wait for the Edim, Mishalim keren choy mishva asham. Third case. Goizelis aviv, he steals from his father. And then the father says, "Do you have my item?" And he says, "No, I don't." Vinish below, umeis, and then the father dies. And the son wants to do tshuva, he admits that he stole it, and then he swore falsely. But he's one of the Yorshim. He pays to his brothers or to his sons. Vimena wrote said, or she'ein lo, if he doesn't want to pay, or he doesn't have to pay, loive, he borrows, and the ones who lent the money can get paid back from the value of the gzeila. Person says to his son, "You can't have enough from it." Imeis Yishenu. If the father dies, the son still inherits him because the oath that the father took not to benefit from, that the son couldn't benefit from, was only lifetime, not after death. If the chayav uvamosa, if he takes a neder that you cannot benefit me both in life or in death, then imeis lo yirashem. If the father dies, the son does not inherit. But the his chelek he gives to his sons or to his brothers. Vim ein lo, if he doesn't have love, he borrows. And the balechov get their loan paid back from the assets of the estate. Rav Yosef. We said that if the son wants to do tshuva after stealing from his father, he pays back afilu arniki shel. You give the money to the community chest if he cannot find a yorish of the father. And you have to say beferish that I'm giving this money as a repayment of the fact that I stole from my father. So the Gemara wants to know, why does he have to go through all these things about paying back? Let him be moichel. He was the Yorish, he inherited, so he's moichel. That the Bailim can be moichel. So why should he be moichel for himself? Rav Yechon like kasha. Rav Yosef Lili holds that you can be moichel. Rav Akiva says you can't. The Tanya. V'mein leish ko'el lashiv hasham. Now, how could it be that a Jewish person doesn't have a relative? You go back to Yaakov Avinu, we're all related. Ella begez lagera kosev. The Torah is talking about stealing from a ger who doesn't have a family. So Aresha Gozla Ger V'Nishbalo. You stole from a ger and you took a shvua to him that you didn't steal. V'shoma shemes hager, then the mace died, the ger dies. And you want to do tshuva. By a malak kaspo, he takes the care and the chomesh to pay back kohanim. And the asham is brought as a korban l'Yushalayim. Now, upaga boy sager. Let's say on the way, he meets up with the ger. Turns out that the ger had not died. V'zokvo lav b'malva. The ger says, you don't have to pay me back right away. You owe me the money. And then mace. Now, once a ger dies, his assets become hefker. Zocha alav b'mashbiyado. The Gazlan gets to keep what he has, and there's no more claim on that money. It's not considered a gzela that you have to give back to the kohen. Therefore, it was nimchal. The Rabbi Yosef Lili. You don't have to physically return it to do tshuva. Rabbi Kiva Omar, ein lo takona sheyotz gzeh b'tachas yado. There's no kapara until he gets rid of that money. Cannot have that money. Rabbi Yosef Lili lo yishna l'nafshei lo yishna l'achim. Rabbi Yosef Lili says you can be moichal for yourself and to others. Matzi mochel. Rabbi Kiva lo yishna l'achim v'lo l'nafshei lo matzi mochel. Rabbi Kiva is that you cannot be moichal this debt, not for himself, not for others. Rav Yosi, who adin shafilu lo zakvo b'malva. Even if what was owed hadn't been set up as a debt, that's not the only time that there's mechila. To show you how far Rabbi Kiva goes to be strict. Shafilu zakvo b'malva. And l'chora, that should be like a mechila. But we say no. Ein lo takonat she'yotz gzeh b'tachas yado. So, Maski Flor of Sheshes. Yachin Rabbi Yossi Aglili. Lishamin and Lanafshe, just tell me that he can be mochel for himself and kol shekei lacherin. And Rabbi Kiva should tell me Lishamin and lacherin de lo matzi machel, and certainly kol shekei lanafshe de lo matzi mochel. And why wasn't it stated that way? Elam Rav Ashi, Elam Rav Sheshes, ha Rabbi Yossi Aglili. The whole mission is Rabbi Yosef. So why doesn't it say that he can be mochel for himself? Ki kom Rabbi Yosef li de matzi mochel, it's lacherim. Aval anafshe lo matzi mochel. Rabbi Yosef Lili holds he can only be mochel for other people, not for himself. He can't be mochel for himself. Amai zocha Allah b'masha b'yado. Why, when they found out that the ger was alive and then he dies, then he gets to keep what he has. Mishum shezakar lav b'malva. It was only because it was set up as a loan, not just because another reason. Not considered gzela. But Rava Amar Hava Rabbi Kiva. Both cases are Rabbi Kiva. Ki Amar Rabbi Kiva lematzi mochel l'nafshei. Aval acheri matzi mochel. Rabbi Kiva holds he can't be mochel himself, but for other people, give me mochel. Bichlad Rabbi Yosef Lili Sovar, afilu l'nafshei nami matzi mochel. According to Rava, Rabbi Yosef Lili also holds he can be mochel himself. Elegez lager to come rachmana. Based on the fact that he can be mochel, when you steal from a ger and the ger dies, and the Torah says you give it back to Kohanim, the sinil Kohanim echem mishkazlo. Whether will there ever be a case where the Kohanim will get something? The guy will just be mochel his debt. Amar Rav Achbaz Kinan, kishagazal sager v'nishbalo. He stole from the ger and he swore to him that he didn't. Umeit sager, then the ger dies. V'hoy delachar misa. He confessed after the ger's death. The beidna de oidi kano Hashem. When he confesses, that's when he acquires the care and the chodesh, and he has to give it for Nasal Kohanim. Then the Kohanim get it, and he can't be moichel. But if he confesses to the ger before the ger dies, then the Kohanim don't get it. Boy Ravina. Gazla Giyoires, Mao. You stole from a Jewish convert, from a female convert. Isha Merachmana, it says Vim Ein La Ish Goel. Ish v'lo Isha. So maybe if she dies, the Kohanim don't get it. Oidilma Orcha Dekrohu. It's just the Torah used regular language, B'Lashon Zocher, but it includes females. Amar le Ravara le Ravina. Toshma. Detanya. Ish. Ein li ele ish. Isha minayim. How do we know that the same halacha applies to an Isha? Kishoimer hamushav harekan shnayim. It's plural. The money that's returned, whether it's a man or a woman. In kemat tamad lamer ish. Isha tatzrech lachzor achra v'yesh lo gohalim. Maybe the ger had children. So for a man, you have to go look for his children. Imlav. But if the ger was a cotton, because he can't have children. A cotton cannot father children. That a gezla ger, if you stole from a ger and he dies, the return is to a kohen. So Kono Hashem, the Nasal coin Shabbosa Mishmar. He gives to the coin of that time that he's bringing the Asham in that week. Maybe he can give it to any coin. The ayil is paid, is done during that mishmar. So you can't give back the gezla ger to any coin. Torabon. Hay goizel kohen. The one who stole from the ger was a kohen, and then the ger dies. So the din is it goes to kohanim. So can he keep it since he's a kohen, or no? Minayin shelo yoimar, since it has to be distributed to kohanim, I'm a kohen. Let me keep it. And v'dinu, it's a kal v'chomer. If I'm zoiche in other people's thefts of a ger, so b'shel atzmo lo kol shekein. So certainly I should be able to keep my own. Rav Nassan oimer b'lashon acher. Rav Nassan structured the kal v'chomer differently. Uma davar she'ein lo chelek b'achi kanis b'shuso. A kohen has no right to truma till it gets into his possession, because he kanis l'shuso. And once it comes to his reshus, eni yachal otzim miyado. So once he gets the truma, nobody can take it from him. So the theft of a ger, which is also davar sheyesh lo chelik bo, the kohen who stole also has a chelik in it, like everyone in that mishmar. Lo yikanis b'shuso, ad shelo yikanis b'shuso, until he actually gets it. Mishenichtas l'shuso, when he already has it, eino din shein acher yachal otzim yado, just like truma. If he already is in possession of it, no other kohen should be able to take it away from him. So we say lo. Im amrit b'davar she'ein lo chelik bo. If you're telling me about like truma, shekashem she'ein lo chelik bo kachen lacherim chelik bo. It's like he doesn't have reshus, other people don't have reshus until the truma actually gets to him. Toimer begezel shekashem sheyesh lo chelik bo, kach yesh lacherim chelik bo. But a gezel ger where you can acquire it, at least through theft, so other kohanim will have a chelik too. So Ela gzela yotze mitachas yodo. The Kohen who stole it cannot keep it. And he has to give it to his brother Kohanim. U'mischalik kolech of a Kohanim. Ay v'aksiv v'ishas kedoshav lo yiyeh. It says it belongs to him. He doesn't have to give to other Kohanim that which belongs to him. For example, if he gets meat of a korban, he doesn't have to share that. So why shouldn't the gezlager be the same thing? Where it says the El Osham, and you want to learn from there that just like the basar of the ayil, he doesn't have to split. The gezlager doesn't have to give to his brothers. Here he had no share in the korban. He was a kohen tameh, he couldn't eat. Even kohen tameh. So davar sheyesh l'chelik bo, so he wouldn't have a share in it. Miisli, he wouldn't have a share in it if he's a tummy. Ella, we're not talking about a kohen tummy. Rather, we learn Gzeir Shav. Asul l'kohen misteh achuza. It says by an ancestral field. If a Jew donates an ancestral field, a field that he inherited to the Beis Hamikdash, and somebody else acquired it. So in the Yovel year, that field doesn't go back to the Bailing. It's given to Kohanim. The Tanya. Vayasa debit seitoba Yovel, Kodesh Lashem. Kistei acherem lakohen ti achuzaso. Now, achuzaso ma tamad. What does that come to teach us? It should have just said, Kistei acherem lakohen tiyeh. So let's say this field is supposed to be given to the Kohanim at Yovel. The guy who bought the field was a Kohen. Oh, if an ancestral field is bought and not redeemed by the owners, it's given over to Kohanim, and I happen to buy it, I'm just going to keep it. So Teishali, the Dinu, it's a Kavachomer. Shalacherem ani tzarich v'shalatzmi l'kol shekin tamad loymar kisteacherem lakohen ti achuza so achuza shalo. Only a piece of land that the Kohen inherited from his father will be his. Ve'ein zu shalo. Haketzad. What does he do with the land that he bought? And now he has to distribute it to the brother Kohanim. Yoytze mitachas yodo mislakachas kol echav Kohanim. Okay. We'll stop here.
Go ahead. Well, what time tomorrow?
7:30, Daf Yomi, and then 8 o'clock.
Okay, very good.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.